Welcome to Squidlight Studio. I'm going to do a run through today of my patches for Night Garden. Let's see. So if you go to my instruments, you can see that there's a lot of these cards laid out based on what they are. And so let's just walk through those very briefly. So the one that you hear in the background right now, the little dinghy sound, this is what I call Cricket. There's the patch for that. And you can see that I have the Coma Field Kit. Right now it's just a, what do you call it? It's a, just a square wave triggering this this actuator down here on this very resonant tray that comes with the field kit. I was originally going to use these sensors more. So you have a ball sensor, a ball switch sensor there, and an accelerometer here. I couldn't really get much great sound out of them. But what you do have is you have this contact microphone over here. You have another contact microphone down here, so that's kind of nice. And for that one, I'll turn up the intensity in a bit, but you have that going to the Nautilus over here. Right now, the wet-dry controls that one, and it's basically dry. I'm not going to go into all these settings, but just say for the sake of fun that these are settings I'm happy with. And you know, if you go to, you can play with very playable parameters there. And you can clear the buffer with that guy. So that's my Cricket. Let's see. Then you have the OP1 and a certain FN synthesis mode. I could have played with it more, but this sounds mostly fine. And to add a lot of little more randomness, I forgot what this guy is called, but you basically drop a bunch of balls. And you can get... It's my frogs, toads, snails, slime, and sludge. My boggy aspect of this garden. Let's see. Then we have... This thing over here is controlling what I'm calling the wind. It doesn't really sound that windy. It's going to come in right now, I think. But yeah, so you have, I'll turn this one up too, because it'll hit in a second. But this is, if you haven't played with this mini synth, it's kind of, there's my wind. Sounds a lot more spacey than, normal wind, but this is all symbolic. And you can, so this guy is a complex oscillator. I might play with it a little bit, but you'll just have to, it sounds really cool, and that's what's hooked to this guy. So if you can have some really cool sounds that way, and it goes into, let's see, a high pass filter and then a delay over here. And you have, let's see, so I have this guy, which I'm just calling Moonlight, and right now it's just, it's not even really tonal, it's just kind of the background sound of this MS-20. These chords, these patch chords aren't really doing much except for just keeping the gate open and having kind of a no effect, what do you call them, like CV0, CV of a capacitance to the line. And you have up here, you're not going to be able to probably hear this much yet, or really at all. I'm calling this Dew, Fog, and Rain. And this is actually the whole sound of the patch, patched back through the mixer. feedback loop, and it's a granular sampler, so you can get some usually desirable but sometimes undesirable feedback. I have a thing that'll trigger once in a while. Let's see, so I'm going to put this up all the way. Hope it triggers soon. But you have, let's see, so can I'm going to trigger. So you have Pluck, which is a string synthesis algorithm that gets triggered every once in a while by this clock divider over here that... Why are we not getting sound on? But it should hit every once in a while when basically clocked by Renee, and there's a bunch of smooth. Yeah, that should have triggered. What's going on here? Why you no go? Always embarrassing when you're trying to like demo your patch and it's not actually doing what you think it should be doing. What are you doing? Oh. That would explain it. Yeah, so it's going through distortion, a flanger, and then through Monsoon, and I just had the density too low on Monsoon, so that's why I didn't hear anything. And this is my L. Over here, you have the Mini Brute 2, and it's kind of a monotonous. I call it the Moth, and it's kind of a monotonous sound with like a envelope it's a little tiny, I think, 3-note sequence that the envelope's just gonna be modulated on. Yeah, that bum 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 bum. And then I think last but not least, well, perhaps least, we call this the Wet Grass Dark Flowers. So we're going to turn the gain down so we can hear anything. Also turn this down so we don't get that. Okay, what's feedbacking now? Okay, there we go. Just have to clear your Nautilus buffer. Also hooked up to the Nautilus is what I call Wet Grass and Dark Flowers. So I just really love the sound of the bass spot. I know it's probably overused, but gosh, it sounds good. I've just kind of been manually adding notes. It also sounds really especially good going through the Nautilus. So let's turn up the intensity on the actuator. And as you can see, we're not recording yet, but we are primed to record. Going into my little Zoom recorder. Hopefully that is a brief, but somewhat fun tour of what I have going on here. So enjoy. Thanks. It's a lot of fun. Feedback welcome.